One of the most common anime tropes is when the underdog rises from the bottom to the top, and he goes from like this weak character that really can't fight, that has nothing going for himself, and he's really underestimated, but then he somehow makes it to the top, or he has like a hidden power that nobody knows about, and then it gets revealed, and it's a very common trope. Basically, I would say at this point it's like every other anime, but only a select few can legitimately execute it correctly. So once again, I'm gonna be recommending 3 anime, and this time they're gonna have that trope. They're gonna have the trope of them being underestimated, coming from the bottom, and somehow making it to the top. Let's get on with the video.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare.
Megalobox is a very underrated anime. It was released in 2018, and I feel like it was basically just coined as another sports anime. Just like, I remember there was another boxing anime. What was it called? I never watched it, but it was fairly popular. And then this one came out in 2018, and it just completely went under the radar. But it was really good, and I felt like it was very underrated. Joe, who is the main character of Megalobox, is an underground fighter who fights just to barely make a living. He actually is a really good boxer from the beginning, but his bosses force him to throw matches so they can make more money. This is an era in which boxing uses mechanical limbs known as gear to enhance the user's speed and power. With overwhelming excitement and backed by a criminal syndicate responsible for him throwing his matches, Joe enters Megalonia, a world-spanning tournament which will decide who is the strongest boxer out of all of them. Having no name of his own, he takes on the moniker of Gearless Joe as he begins to climb from the very bottom of the ranked list of fighters. So basically what this means is he is fighting in the old style of fights, meaning no gear at all, just his hands and his fists. And this is practically unheard of in this world. One thing I always praise about this anime are the animations. Now I want you to imagine Cowboy Bebop-esque, Akira, if you've seen that movie. That's the type of art style that this animation has. We're not talking about the new art styles like, let's say, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. This takes that old art style, and I feel like it takes it and then it just kind of like polishes it. It makes it better. It like updates it to this time. And it's kind of unfortunate that we don't have more anime that kind of follow this art style anymore. The soonest one I could think of would be Pluto, which is an anime on Netflix that released recently. But besides that, I can't really think of any that have this exact art style that comes out this day.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare.
Shangri-La Frontier is an anime that I did not think I was going to like at all. I mean, look at this guy. He has a bird mask for a face. I thought that was his actual face for a while until I actually watched it. And I'm like, oh, it's a bird mask. But I really did not like that idea. It just looked goofy to me. It just looked like, why is this guy here? Why is he the main character? It kind of makes me not want to watch it. And I avoided it at all costs until I saw the reviews, and then I gave in. I was like, okay, I have to see what this is about, because the reviews were really good. Usually when they're that good, there's a reason for it. And I gave in, I watched it, and what do you know, I did actually like it. And the main reason I enjoyed it so much is because it has the same sort of similar plot of SAO, Sword Art Online. And if you guys don't know, Sword Art Online was basically that anime that aired that really ushered in this new wave, this new era of isekai anime. I really feel like it started with that anime. The moment I saw it had a similar plot to that, I was basically already hooked. High school student Hizutome has a peculiar hobby of playing poorly made games, ones that are unbalanced or are filtered with so many bugs that it makes them borderline unplayable. For his next game, Hizutome is recommended Shangri-La Frontier, a popular, well-received virtual reality game as a breather for the terrible games that he has been playing recently. So imagine if like Overlord and SAO combined and made an anime, and this is what this is. And once again, we have the theme of starting from the bottom, starting from the beginning, and then getting better and better. And that is what happened, because he's playing a game that has been out for a while now, that a lot of players spend a lot of time dedicating themselves to, dedicating basically half of their life getting good at. And here comes this guy. He's not good at first, obviously, but pretty quickly he rises to the top, and that's because he has experience from his previous games that he has been playing, and he puts it into this game.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. Just one other thing I dare.
And the last anime I'm gonna recommend is one that I'm pretty sure you have seen already if you're an avid anime watcher, but I'm gonna recommend it because I feel like it does actually really fit this theme well. And this series is The Rising of the Shield Hero. The four cardinal heroes are a group of ordinary men from modern-day Japan who are summoned to the kingdom of Melramark to become its saviors. The four heroes are respectively bestowed a sword, spear, bow, and shield to vanquish these waves. Armed with only a measly shield, Naofumi is belittled and ridiculed by his fellow heroes and the kingdom's people due to his weak offensive capabilities and lackluster personality. If you want to talk about rising from the bottom, then Shield Hero is the epitome of that. Naofumi was treated like absolute garbage in the beginning and basically throughout all of season 1 by a various of different characters, just because he was not seen as strong. The weapon that he had was a shield, and you know, think about shields. Basically, they're really meant to protect, they're not really meant to fight. So they basically just looked at that and said, wow, this guy is weak, and they just treated him like trash. But I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say he really did prove everybody wrong completely. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until we meet again, thanks for watching.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your